Hello and welcome back to Dog News. I'm Carter Hastings. Our first story comes from last Friday where we had an important speaker named Joe Sanfilippo, a superintendent from Wisconsin, come and talk to us about opening doors for yourself and others in and outside of school.
Speaker is Dr. Joe Sanfilippo. He's a superintendent at a school in Wisconsin, and he's, I would say, a nationally known speaker. So if you were to go to national education conferences, he might be like one of the keynote speakers that comes in. So we're lucky to have a guy that is that great of a speaker to come here. He's coming to talk to us to students about digital citizenship and about opening doors for yourself and others is the topic of his the two topics of this.
Coming up in April is the IoE Assessments. We talked to Mr. Kerr for more information on changes to these tests.
This year, instead of taking the ITBS, we will be taking the ISASP, a new revamped version of the ITBS. This test will be taken online and will feature a new writing portion, more open-ended questions, and less multiple choice. The ISASP will take around a week to complete, and we should be done with the testing by April 24th. We asked Mr. Kerr how the schedule would be affected by the new tests.
Not yet. I think we're looking at different schedules. We're trying to keep the instructional time the same as much as we can for the good of the students and the teachers, but there will be some scheduling that I believe Mr. Thornburg and I are going to talk about.
We also asked how rewards such as personal days would be affected by the new schedule.
There are discussions going on how we're going to do that. I can't answer exactly what that's going to look like because we're having discussions of if we don't know the data until September, what does that look like? Can we take those personal days to next year or not, and those types of things.
Finally, we asked how results would be different between the ISASP and the ITBS.
So this is the interesting thing. We don't know exactly. Like if I took the test right now, it may give me a score of 80. We don't know because we haven't taken the test. But that 80, we won't know what that means. We won't know what the data means until September. So that's one thing that's a little disappointing with this test is we used to get the results like in April so our teachers and our students could know information immediately. Over the summer, they're going to grade these and rubric them and all those types of things, benchmark things, and then we'll get the data in September, maybe it could be October.
As you may or may not know, March 10th through the 16th was National Ag Week. We talked to Ms. Imhoff for more information.
National Ag Week is a promotional activity that was started by the National Ag Council to promote agriculture as a whole.
Here we had Ms. Imhoff answer why National Ag Week was created.
Created to be able to promote agriculture, where all of our food's coming from, production of agriculture. We here at Mediapolis just started celebrating it this year as a way to encourage and promote agriculture in addition to just our National FFA Week.
Here we asked Ms. Imhoff whether there was one week of the same activity or if each day had their own special thing.
So the group of students that kind of decided to go forwards with doing it this year, and like I said, separating it from National FFA Week, was to have a couple different weeks or different days in the week of activities for us to do. So we did the Ag Olympics by approaching school administration and seeing if that's something we could do to try to allow the whole student body to know about agriculture and not just the students that are in ag class. And then we did the Drive the Tractor School Day this year during Ag Week instead of FFA Week, as it would be nicer out. And those are our big things that we try to do this year for it.
We then questioned her what activities took place during the National Ag Week here in Mediapolis.
This year we did our pancake supper as well as our Driver Tractor School Day and the Ag Olympics. Other schools or organizations would do similar activities, especially along the lines of Ag Olympics, and sending out tweets and posts along those lines on social media to promote agriculture as a whole.
Lastly, we asked, is it to attract new members or remember and celebrate the older ones?
I'd say it's more to just celebrate agriculture as a whole. We're all affected by it. We all like to eat. We all want a house to live in. We all want clothes on our body, and a lot of times we take those things for granted of where those are coming from and who's actually growing and producing those things for us.
With third quarter coming to an end, it's important to get all makeup work done. Final third quarter grades are due Friday, April 5th. This has been Dog News. See you next time.